Welcome to the Roblox event Iceberg. How this Iceberg list works is the higher on the list, the more well-known, fun, amazing things, but the lower you go comes the more obscure, darker things. This Iceberg list doesn't just rank events, we rank parts and experiences of the events via players. Between one of Roblox's first Halloween events loved by many players to a player winning an event reward causing him to get pets and unfortunately much more. This iceberg list is entirely one part, so sit back and go down the iceberg with me from the loved and cherished parts of Roblox events to the unknown dark. So of course we're going to be starting really late at the top of the list where everything seems pretty nice. Number 1, we got Roblox sales. Now I do say 2019 to 2020, but this can go all the way back to 2013 because that is when the first Roblox sale happened. Roblox sales were really cool, and Roblox all the time would upload during these sales a lot of different new Roblox items. They'd upload new limiteds, they'd even re-release old items. And players loved this type of thing, and a lot of people made a lot of money off of these Roblox sales. So it was overall just a really good experience for most Roblox players. But about 3 years ago in 2019, Roblox decided to stop doing the sales, and nobody quite knows why. They just stopped doing it. A lot of people wonder and speculate that they probably stopped doing it because they didn't like that players were making a lot of money, and they would have rather the players buy Robux instead of just make Robux. Next up on the list, we got the 2008 Halloween treasure hunt. Now, apparently what you had to do was back in 2008, players had to find riddles around the game and solve the riddles, and by solving the riddles, they would get a skull. Apparently a lot of players ended up getting a lot stuck up on these riddles because they were pretty difficult, and at the time there were not a lot of YouTube tutorials. However, if I was able to find this YouTube tutorial on it that's pretty old, and I think it's pretty cool to watch, even though it's very out of date now, given that you can't even play the game, let alone get, the item. But it's still pretty cool to look at, and apparently a lot of people liked it at the time, and it was definitely unique for Roblox back then at the time. Next up, we got the 2013 Roblox Egg Hunt, and trust me, I've heard a lot about this egg hunt. From a lot of players who used to play it back in the day, they would not shut up about how good this egg hunt was, and I didn't play it, but honestly, I can't imagine how good it was. It looks a little bit boring, but honestly, apparently it was super fun and nostalgic for them. But there really wasn't a lot about this egg hunt besides it was just loved. Everybody liked this egg hunt, and yeah, that's about it. However, there is a little bit more to it, which we will get to soon about the 2013 egg hunt. Next, we got the 6th annual Bloxy Awards. Now, this is not the only time we're going to be talking about this event because it is further down the list, so we're going to be getting down to it soon. But we are going to be starting about the lighter stuff about it and the main event, in general of what people mainly saw. And that was that this event was absolutely beautiful. People loved it, and it was just honestly really nice. However, there was about 3,000 seats in the stadium, and Roblox was selling each one of those seats in between 3,000 to 50,000 Robux, which is honestly just a lot of Robux, and people were mad. People hated it because just by buying these expensive seats, there was a chance that you were going to end up in the Roblox live stream in absolutely terrible quality and barely even be able to get seen in your seat, and a lot of people were really upset about that. But aside from that, and kind of it being a bit of a waste of money, it was a really cool looking event, and it was definitely loved by a lot of players aside from that. Next up, we got the 2018 Roblox Hallows Eve event. Now, this was a really cool event. It was honestly just beautiful and cool looking. And Roblox actually decided to make the free items in the event, or at least like one or two of them, a limited. And now these are free items, and Roblox made them limited, which is honestly just super cool of them to do. Now, besides this game having a lot of glitches, and also the fact that this is sadly the last Hallows Eve that Roblox decided to ever do, which is kind of sad, it was a pretty cool looking event, and there really isn't that much more to it. Alright guys, this is where we get down a little bit further to the second part of the tier, okay? Okay, I know I wrote Giftsplosion 2012 twice, but that was an accident, okay? So anyways, Giftsplosion 2012. This event was something that Roblox did kind of yearly back then. They did Giftsplosions quite often, especially with Halloween. But this one in particular, they would basically just give you gifts, or that you could like buy in between 50 Robux to 40,000 Robux. And these items would later, in like a few days or something, they would basically open up into actual Roblox hats. So you can like buy Like this, for example, if you bought this for 5,000 Robux, it would open up into one of these. And it was honestly just super cool. However, this was obviously very scary for a lot of Roblox players because they didn't know if they were going to buy this that was super expensive and it ends up going out to just be worth absolutely nothing, or they get nothing good out of it. Like, I honestly would have been pretty upset if I bought this for 777 Robux and in return I just get this ugly 7 jeweled circlet that it hasn't even gone limited. Like, it's literally just
What
this.
is that?
But you know, that's just why a lot of Roblox players were scared, and it was honestly a little bit of a gamble if you were buying this stuff. Next up, we got Roblox 2019 to 2020 eggs going limited, along with a lot of other old Roblox eggs going limited. Now, all these eggs are from old Roblox events that, you know, happened in the past, but for some reason, you know, since these were all free eggs, Roblox decided to make some of them go limited, like these ones right here. And honestly, I think it's just really cool of Roblox to do. Yeah, I think that's really interesting that some players that might have gotten these eggs literally like 12 or 14 years ago, or maybe just 2 years ago, end up with just limiteds in their inventory, which I think is really cool. Next, we're going to be talking about the 2014 April Fool's Egg. So this is called the Egg of Destiny, and how this was obtained was Roblox back in 2014 on April 1st uploaded, trying to troll players, a fake Roblox egg hunt on April 1st that had Justin Bieber on the cover for some reason. And if you joined the game, it was April Fool's. However, it did have a singular egg in that, and that was the Egg of Destiny. And it was really cool. It had a pink glow, it had pink sparkles on it, and it was overall just a really cool egg. But it was kind of strange. It was a very old Roblox troll that they did a long time ago, and they decided to actually give a really cool prize for it. The really unfortunate thing about it is that this entire game is completely like lost in time. There is absolutely zero footage that I could find about it, zero photos, basically zero people talking about it besides one of my friends that has this egg. So it's kind of interesting. Next, we got RB Battles Season 2. Now this one's quite interesting because what happened was this event was super difficult for a lot of players near like the end, and along with that was that literally the winners of the RB Battles event and the people who failed were all completely leaked before any of the event even started, which was just crazy and honestly very unfortunate for the people who made the event. Alright, and now we start right on the edge of the water where it starts to get a little bit darker as we go, and we are at the funny movie contest, okay? Now this is where things start to get kind of strange. So the Roblox funny movie contest was a competition to win this hat, which was basically where you would just upload videos on YouTube a long time ago on Roblox, and it would just have to be funny. And the winners of the funny movie contest, which was basically if you just uploaded a funny Roblox video onto YouTube and you won, you would get this hat, and that was it. This was the winner. Next, we got the Homestead Furniture Making Contest. Now, we're actually finally getting down below the surface of the water, meaning that we are going to be getting to the darker, more unknown things about Roblox events, and this is the first ever Roblox event ever on Roblox, and surprisingly, a lot of people don't know about it. So basically, during this event, people would submit their own furniture for Roblox. And these were the winners right here, and basically what the winners got was, well, the exact t-shirts that they're wearing, and which was actually kind of cool at the time for Roblox, which is they made them custom t-shirts, which was really cool for, you know, back in the day on Roblox, because this was early 2007, you know. Next up, we got In the Heights. Now this one's a little bit interesting because we got a little bit more on this later on in the video, but for now we're gonna do half of it, of, you know, kind of the top half of it. So basically, Roblox ended up making an event that was an advertisement of a movie called In the Heights, which meant that the trailer of the movie was in the event. Big deal, right? Kinda. So basically, in the trailer was people who were making out and people who were wearing not as much clothes as you'd probably wish for them to be on a Roblox kids game, which really isn't a big deal. Making out and wearing like bikinis or whatever isn't really that big of a deal. However, it is on a kids game. It was kind of weird for Roblox to have that in, and there's going to be some more information that's a little bit darker on it later, so I will be getting to that later. But that's about it for In the Heights. Next up, we got the 2008, and I'm also going to be including the 2010 egg hunt because these were both egg drops. Now, this was really interesting because eggs dropped from the sky in literally every game in Roblox that allowed eggs to drop from their sky, because there's an option to choose if you wanted eggs to drop from your sky or not in your game. And people were able to actually cheat by creating their own games with a funnel that allowed them to just have eggs drop down through the funnel, and then they would just be able to collect the eggs through the funnel like that, and it was kind of interesting. And a lot of these eggs are now super rare and don't really have a lot of owners, because this was when Roblox was still new. Not only that, but even at the time, this egg hunt was actually kind of controversial because people who didn't have the Builders Club membership could only pick up so many eggs, and for the people who did, could pick up as many as they wanted to. So it kind of sucked, and some people were kind of upset about that. Alright, and next we got these two, which honestly, I think I'm just going to skip them. There's really not that much about them. The egg hunt was just a regular 2017 egg hunt. It was definitely one of its kind at the time. It was definitely different than the past ones. And the Metaverse Champions, that was just a Roblox event. That was just a replacement of an egg hunt. It's really not that deep, and that's about it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Next up, we got unused egg hunt eggs. Now, Roblox egg hunts have been happening for quite a long time and actually got canceled in 2020, but with all of those eggs that came out, which there's definitely hundreds of them, there are some eggs that actually never made it out onto Roblox yet. And here's one of them. Now, these eggs are extremely hard to find, and this is one of them that was actually uploaded onto the Roblox catalog, which is a little bit strange, which we'll get to very soon. But basically, there's a theory that's going around, which this is why this is so far down the list, is that this egg is still obtainable. Now, this was from the 2008 egg hunt, and this was completely unused. However, this is what it says. Wikipedia egg of alien mind control with a description of Roblox has a Wikipedia article. So there is a theory that this egg, first of all, is unobtainable. Nobody has it. However, people are speculating that this egg could still possibly be obtainable, or at least at the time was definitely obtainable in a Roblox Wikipedia article. So maybe if you clicked a link on a Roblox Wikipedia article, it'd take you to a certain area where you can then retrieve or, get your egg. So who knows, maybe it's still obtainable, maybe it's not, or maybe it was obtainable in the past and it's not anymore, which is kind of a wild theory, and that's why it's so far down on the list. But yeah, aside from that, Roblox does have a lot of unused eggs, and they're extremely hard to find. I was only able to find this one. Alright guys, now we are going to be going down another level. This is where we get deeper into the iceberg and where things start to get a little bit more obscure and darker. And let me tell you, I have started the editing on this and recording at 4 o'clock. This sucks. I've literally been doing this for so long, but you know what? It's fun. It's actually not that bad of a time, and I'm enjoying making this video for you guys. So if you have gotten this far, do comment chapstick in the comments below, just so I know people who have gotten this far, because seriously, shout out to you guys. I'm gonna heart every single person's comment who says chapstick. Anyways guys, we're gonna be starting off with the 2019 events schedule. If you go into Google and look up Roblox 2019 event schedule and go to images, you'll find this similar image. And if you notice anything weird about it, well, that's because there is something weird about it, is that not all of these events actually happened on Roblox, meaning that a lot of them got canceled. Now, it's a confusion on why so many events got canceled in 2019 and only so few made it out. No one really knows, and a lot of people in the beginning of 2019 thought that all of these things were going to happen, but it never happened, and nobody knows why. Next up, we got Tixpalooza, and you might be wondering why this is so far down on the list. Well, first of all, Roblox deleted or removed this feature around in 2016. This is an event where basically you can get Tix, which is a different Roblox currency, for completely free. And these were some of the items that you were able to get, and A lot of rumors have been going around that Roblox ended up removing the whole ticks feature on Roblox because Roblox ended up not liking the idea that people were getting stuff for free. And they would have rathered people, instead of relying on ticks, they would instead have to rely on Robux to get some sort of currency on Roblox. So people were basically forced to buy Robux if they wanted, their avatar to look good at the time. So it is rumored that Roblox did this for money reasons, which is honestly probably the truth, because nowadays Roblox usually does, things for money reasons, but, it is what it is. Next up, we got the 2010 egg hunt, which we already covered that, so we're just going to move on. Now we're going to be talking about the 2018 egg hunt behind the curtains. Now, in front of the curtains, this egg hunt was absolutely perfect and nothing was wrong with it for a lot of people's point of view. But a lot of people don't know that behind the curtains, there was a rumor going around that apparently a developer that was, participating in the development of the egg hunt ended up telling someone, and then the word got around that apparently the developers were not getting paid as much as they were told that they were going to get paid. Now, not only that, but on top of that, these developers were completely rushed during the end of the event, that apparently there was a few breakdowns that happened, and a lot of developers ended up dropping out of the development team so they can just stop doing it completely because it was too much of a stress, too much of a rush to get everything done, and they weren't even getting paid as much as they were supposed to be getting paid. And remember, that is just a rumor. However, this is something that did get out there by a former developer of that egg hunt that did end up dropping out. I will not be naming any names, but apparently that is what happened, but we are not 100% sure. Next up, we got the 2009 and 2011 egg hunt. Now, the reason this is on the list is because these egg hunts never actually happened. Roblox never had no 2009 or 2011 egg hunt. Now, no one's quite sure if there's some sort of reason behind this or something, because these are the only 2 years that Roblox ended up skipping the egg hunt in between 2008 and 2020, so no one really knows why. Now, guys, finally we are making it below halfway, okay? So here's where things start to get even darker than they were before, and things get even more interesting than they were before. And let's start it off. Starting off, we got Ava Max, and the reason that this is so deep onto the iceberg is because this Roblox event is the absolute least rated Roblox event, with only a 22% like to dislike ratio, meaning most people have disliked this game than liked it. And honestly, this is just a huge embarrassment for Roblox, because this is terrible. This is honestly just embarrassing. And just the insane amount of negative attention that this Roblox event got just sucks, and everybody was just hating on this. Next up, we got Laobu. Now, Roblox is currently banned in China. However, Roblox ended up releasing a Chinese version of Roblox called Laobu. And by doing that, they were able to make a lot of different Roblox events that were basically more for the Chinese Roblox players to try to advertise it to more players in the, mainland China. There's really not a lot to this besides just kind of a very unknown side of Roblox, of events that are going on that a lot of people really don't know about, and a lot of stuff that's going on in the other end of Roblox in Laobu that so many people just don't know about, who are, not, a part of Laobu. Next up, we got the Holiday Magic Roblox event. Now, this event was supposed to happen in 2018 November 13th to 2019 January 12th, in between there. Now, this Holiday Magic Roblox event was supposed to happen. There was like 40 different item leaks. There was a bunch of different leaks on the entire event. Seemingly, from, the outsider's point of view, this entire Roblox event was basically just completed and ready to go, it seemed like. But out of the complete blue, Roblox scrapped the event a few weeks before the event was supposed to release, and it was just completely scrapped, gone. And it's still kind of a mystery to why Roblox ended up scrapping it, and it is kind of possibly because the last Roblox holiday events, which was Roblox Holiday 2015 and Roblox Holiday 2017, were very negatively viewed. And that could be a possible reason to why Roblox ended up deciding to cancel it, probably because they wanted to avoid people, hating on the event, and they were like, maybe they realized that the event was bad, and they realized that let's just not, release the event. That's probably a good chance that happened, but aside from, just, little theories, you really just don't know why this was completely scrapped when it seemed almost completely done. Next, we're going to be talking about the Billie Eilish troll. Now, one of the people that work on a ton of Roblox events decided to, for some reason, go out of their way to make a fake Billie Eilish hat and post it on their inventory, intending for, Roblox leakers to find this hat. And of course, Roblox leakers found the hat and they started posting it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people that ended up posting it. And sooner or later, just a few days later, tens of thousands of people suddenly knew about a supposedly Billie Eilish Roblox concert that was coming soon. However, the person who made the hat, which was one of the people that worked with Roblox making events, later admitted that it was entirely fake and it was completely made up. And they only did it just to mess with people. And they definitely did not expect it to get as popular as it did, but it did. It got super popular, and literally everybody got trolled thinking that there was going to be a Billie Eilish Roblox concert, and there never was. Next, we're going to be talking about the fake Valk rumor, or more known as the pink Valk, okay? So, I'm pretty sure you guys all know what this is, okay? This was on YouTube, this was on Twitter, this was everywhere. Probably over 100,000 people saw this. Now, when the Metaverse Champions Roblox event was about to come out, Roblox uploaded a event page, and basically they had a silhouette of a Valkyrie. And the only reason that they had these items on the event page was basically just a hint that you can get real accessories out of these crates that you would be getting, or like the mystery boxes from the event. All they were trying to do is just hint that you can get a Roblox item out of it. But what people thought was that, oh, these are going to be the items that you can get from the event, which wasn't true. So of course everyone saw the Valkyrie and thought that there was going to be a free Valkyrie in the event, which never happened. But of course someone wanted to troll a lot of people and decided to make their own Valkyrie and decided to post the Valkyrie pretending that it was real when it was not, then trolling tons of people, causing a ton of YouTube videos to come out, causing a ton of tweets to come out, and a ton of people to start talking and going crazy over a pink Valkyrie when there was no pink Valkyrie. It was completely fake. And this is probably one of the biggest trolls to ever happen on Roblox. Maybe there's a few more that might be a little bigger than this, but this is definitely one of the biggest. And honestly, it's kind of funny. Next, we got the event tab turned into sponsors tab, and I guess it's an event tab again? I don't know. Roblox had this as the sponsors tab like a day ago, and now it's back to events, I guess. So that's cool. Next up, we got canceled Roblox events. Now, these events consist of 2019 Toys, 2015 Roblox University, 2015 Kids Choice Awards, 2013 The Cruise, 2012 Lego Star Wars, 2018 Holiday Magic, 2014 Android Promotional Event, and I am running out of air. And these Roblox events were canceled, and no one quite knows why they were canceled. Maybe the sponsorships fell apart and didn't end up happening, because most of these are sponsorships. And honestly, they kind of look a little bit boring, and I think the only ones that I'm actually a little bit upset got canceled is only the Holiday Magic Roblox event. But, I mean, to be honest, that one probably got canceled for a reason, because it probably just sucked at the time, And maybe I should be glad that it didn't come out. I don't know. But a lot of this is kind of just wondering of what these Roblox events could have been. And it's kind of odd to think why these Roblox events did get canceled and what possibly happened. Alright, next we're going to be talking about Tier 6. We were at the bottom of the iceberg. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Now, there obviously is more to come, but this is just where it gets much darker. Now, we're going to be talking about event leakers. Now, how dark can event leakers get? Well, I'm going to let you guys know, okay? Now, as someone who may or may not have been a part of the event leaking community, I can definitely tell you that these people, what they do is they basically can see private Roblox inventories by using a lot of scripts, and also be able to see inventories in Roblox groups. And usually they would do this so they can see a sneak peek of upcoming Roblox event or something that's coming up soon. And usually they would post it on social media. And the thing about this is that you would get a lot of high-powered people in your Roblox DMs who would be like threatening to sue you, or threatening to take your post down, or threatening to take your entire account down. And that's probably one of the most risky Roblox communities you can possibly be in, that actually can involve some pretty serious trouble. Next, we have the I Love Roblox event that happened back in 2009. Now, Roblox made a blog about this, and as you can see, it's basically people holding a paper that says, I heart Roblox and I heart this, with them holding something that they heart. And you can see that, this is kind of normal, it's just regular, people holding it. But I feel like it gets a little bit weird once we go down to the second blog that Roblox decided to make, which is just a bunch of kids doing the exact same thing, which I don't know what it is about it. I find it a little weird, a little like unnerving. I don't know. It just doesn't really sit right with me looking at this, but it's just a ton of pictures of kids holding a paper, which is honestly a little bit creepy. I don't really know how to feel about it. And you can obviously see right here, this is a dog, and then if we keep going down, there's another dog right there. And it's kind of interesting, and there's also someone's cat. So yeah, that's the I Love Roblox event, which is honestly a little bit creepy. Next on the list is Live Ops. Now, Live Ops is basically a thing where Roblox games get to make their own live Roblox events. So, for example, if I wanted to make a Roblox game where a rocket ship shoots up from the sky in live and then it causes like some sort of update, then that'll be considered a Live Ops. And basically, a lot of people ended up thinking of it as some sort of lazy way for Roblox to have people do events for them, but no one really knows. It was kind of negatively taken, but honestly, it's really not that bad. Next up, we got Holiday 2017, and I'm also going to be including the 2020 Egg Hunt in this one too, because it's basically just the same thing. Now, these two events were basically the epitome of bad Roblox events. These were extremely hated. Now, of course, there were other bad Roblox events, but those weren't really Roblox made. But this one, or these two, were Roblox made. And these Roblox events were basically just super boring and honestly were not that good. The Holiday 2017 event was very much hated by a lot of people. And the 2020 Egg Hunt was just as much hated because it just sucked. It's so bad that it's too boring to even get into, so I'm not going to go that far into it. Next up, we're going to be talking about sponsorship events. This was a little bit interesting because a lot of people absolutely hate sponsorship events. Now, it's always a very controversial sort of thing, and everyone usually just doesn't really like it. And there's always another new artist that's having a concert, I swear, like every week on Roblox that you've never heard of. And a lot of people are kind of just getting tired of it, and usually these events just get absolutely terribly rated. Like, these are pretty much known to be some of the worst Roblox events to ever really happen. But don't get me wrong, some sponsorship events on Roblox are actually pretty good, like the Lil Nas X event. That was actually honestly kind of good, and not only that, so was the 21 Pilots event. And some people have their different opinions, but usually I'm just going with a popular opinion here, and the popular opinion is that besides, a few Roblox events here and there, most of the Roblox sponsored events are, usually just widely disliked between most Roblox players. Alright, next we're going to be talking about the Ready Player 2 Doxing. So, basically, there were these items that you can get if you were the top players to win the Ready Player 2 event. Now, this is kind of Roblox's fault, because what Roblox did is they decided that it was a good idea to display everybody's name who won this item. Now, this is not the first time that Roblox has had to deal with this sort of thing, which we will get to later, but this led to all of these people who were on this board, or mostly all of them that won this item, to get doxed. And you can see some people do talk about it, saying that the event got exploited and the winners are currently getting doxed, which is 100% true. And it was definitely Roblox's fault for displaying everybody's name for everybody to see who won the items. And it was honestly just kind of stupid. And a lot of innocent Roblox players ended up getting their addresses leaked and a lot of other stuff that probably shouldn't have happened, unfortunately. But unfortunately did. Guys, we're really making it down to the bottom, huh? We are at the 7th tier. This is where it gets even darker than it was before, okay? And this is where it gets even crazier, so let's hop right to it. First up, we got the Paris Hilton disaster. Now, Roblox ended up having a Paris Hilton Roblox event, and this person is a multi-millionaire. This is a public icon, Paris Hilton. And you know what Roblox does? They make a game that is absolute trash. Not only that, the official event makers put free models in the game. And you know what? These free models had viruses in the game. And not only that, it was extremely hackable, like the entire game. There was no anti-hack script, nothing. So the entire game was just getting hacked the entire time. Which, honestly, this is just so embarrassing and pathetic for Roblox to do. This is like something that Roblox tries to like kind of keep on the low. Alright, next up we got the Be Cardoso troll, okay? So this troll ended up lasting a few months, and basically what they did was they decided, well, if Roblox was going to make a 2022 egg hunt, if they were to like start development of it, what these people did is they made a fake development of the egg hunt. So basically they made it seem like a Roblox egg hunt was going to happen. And what these people did is they decided to make a whole bunch of fake egg hunt stuff that wasn't real. And these weren't real Roblox event organizers or anything. These were just random people pretending that they were to try to trick a lot of people. And next thing you know, these people are uploading a ton of egg hunt assets that they were making that was not real, but a lot of people thought that they were. So there's a ton of YouTube videos coming out on it. There's a ton of tweets coming out on it. There's a ton of everything coming out on it. And it was honestly just a huge troll that lasted months that made tons of people think that the 2022 egg hunt was going to happen, and it never did. These people were completely fake, and they just did it just to troll with people. Next up, we got a Roblox event causing bans. Now, you may be wondering, how can a Roblox event cause bans? Well, do you remember what I told you about the In the Heights event earlier in the video, and how they had the movie trailer in the game that involved people making out, and also some people wearing clothes that probably wasn't that appropriate for kids to see on Roblox? Well, of course, that was in a Roblox event, and somebody thought, well, if it's in a Roblox event, then Roblox is okay with it. So, what they decided to do is they decided to screenshot a shot of somebody making out in the trailer and post it onto a t-shirt on Roblox. And of course they would think, oh, it's okay because Roblox was okay with it earlier. And the person who screenshotted the video in the Roblox event ended up getting banned for posting the screenshot, which was pretty weird how it caused him to get banned. And it's not quite sure how many people did get banned off of doing this, but you know, who knows. Next up, we got the egg fection. Now, the egg fection is actually a Roblox egg. Now, why is this so far down on the list? Well, because this egg started out by the developers of the Roblox 2018 egg hunt. Now, this egg was obtainable during the 2018 egg hunt, and the only way that you could obtain it is if you touched somebody who owned the egg, which meant that this egg completely started off of the egg hunt developers, and from there just branched out to over 100,000 people owning this egg, which honestly I just find interesting that it worked kind of like a tutorial. And I don't know, I just find that interesting. I can't be the only one. Now I got the Bloxy Awards being rigged. Now this is not the only time Roblox has gotten an accusation for the Bloxy Awards being rigged. They have always gotten accusations that it's been rigged for so many different Roblox Bloxy Awards. And a lot of people may think this because a lot of the time there are nominees for, you know, who can win the Bloxy Awards within a certain criteria. If it's like a YouTuber that you can choose to be like the best creator for the Bloxy Awards, sometimes the person who would win is someone that's 10 times less popular than the most popular person on the list. And obviously the person who is the most popular is more likely to get chosen. And not only that, this has also happened with a lot of games where a game that's 10 times less popular than the most popular game on there has won instead of that, when most people haven't even played that game. And not only that, a lot of the nominees on these Bloxy Awards don't even fit within the criteria that they're supposed to fit in. Now this has happened so many times, and there's one example that I can use of a reward for the best single player Roblox game, and the games that were there, not all of them were actually single player games. There was a lot that involved a lot more players than just one person, you know? And there's a lot of other different reasons, but there's so many different YouTube videos on this and so many different things you can look up about it. But it's pretty much known by now that Roblox Bloxy Awards are rigged, and it doesn't really matter of who you choose. Usually it's thought to not really matter because a lot of people think that it's actually just rigged, but no one really knows for sure. Next up, we got the Rhubarbs incident. Now, do you remember when Roblox had a Zara Larsson Roblox event? Well, there's a Zara Larsson concert, and basically when the concert was happening, Zara Larsson was basically able to play the game. But the thing is that people who are special to like Roblox, just like Zara Larsson, they don't really have the same chat filters as every other player has. And of course, Zara Larsson doesn't know any better, and she ends up saying, while in a global chat, which means everybody who is playing her game, even if they're in another server, can see her messages. And Zara Larsson says this, which I cannot say on the video, but you can definitely get an idea of what she did say publicly in a Roblox event, untagged for everybody to see, which was honestly just kind of a bit of a mess up for Roblox, because Roblox didn't let her know that, you know, you can't really say that, but at the same time it's kind of common sense because Roblox is obviously a kids game, so I don't really know whose fault it is here, but honestly, that was just a big mess up on somebody's part. Alright guys, here we are. We are on the bottom tier. I have literally been working on this video every single day for the last 5 days. So, at the start of this video was 5 days ago, okay? So, if you wanted to drop a like, that'd be amazing. You don't have to, but I'd really appreciate it. We're going to be starting out with the Akon 2013 secret room. Now, the Akon 2013 secret room is a little bit interesting. So basically, in Akon 2013, there was a secret waterfall. And of course, just like in every other waterfall, there's a secret cave behind the waterfall. Now, in this secret cave, it almost seems to actually be like an actual cave that you can just keep going down that seemingly has no end. But this cave is a little bit like a maze, and if you can find your way down all the way to a certain point in the back, you will find a secret area that says this message on the walls. And it is still unknown what this message means or anything about the message. It's always kind of been a mystery, and you know, a lot of people used to wonder it back then, and it's still a mystery till this day, and no one really knows what it could be involved about. Alright, next up we got the data breach leaked events. So, Roblox ended up having a data breach about 1 to 2 months ago, and a lot of confidential Roblox files ended up getting released. Now, I cannot share a ton of information or a bunch of inside information because I literally cannot do that. But what I can do is I can tell you that there possibly was some Roblox events that did get leaked. There was also some upcoming Roblox features that got leaked, and a lot of upcoming Roblox stuff that Roblox was planning, and a lot of it just got leaked. Like, so many different files got leaked, and it was honestly terrible because for the people, if somebody actually like uploaded this information, they could have a lot of legal trouble that they'll end up having in their hands. And a lot of kids don't even know better, and a lot of kids end up looking this up, finding a bunch of information, and then Roblox ends up getting super mad at them, and their account gets deleted, and a bunch of other really bad stuff. And it was honestly just a big mess, okay? And also a very, very, very big mess for Roblox. And, you know, a company's confidential files getting leaked, that is absolutely terrible. Next up, we got the Roblox T-Mobile Limited scam. So basically what happened is Roblox had a T-Mobile event, and in the event, there was basically a promise that these items were going to go limited. There was like these items that were supposed to go limited. They said it was going to go limited, and the items never went limited. So a ton of people were buying these items because they were like, oh, this is going to go limited. We're going to make money off of these items. But people bought the items, and they didn't make it limited. So, you know, that's just it ended up turning into some sort of like scam. I'm not sure if it was like intentional, but Roblox can still go back and fix it, and they still have not done it. So, you know, it's still considered a scam, and it's just like, why can't they just go back and fix it? I don't get it. Like, come on, why do you say it's gonna be a limited and then don't make it a limited? What are you doing here? Alright, next up we got the Domino Rally winners. Now, this is an old Roblox event. I mean, like when the Roblox Declaration of Independence was signed. Now, if you do a lot of research into this Roblox event, you will find out that the winners of the Domino Rally event are these people right here. And if you do even more research and look into their accounts, you will realize that the people who won, okay, here, let me go back a step, okay? The people who won the event won this Domino crown. Everybody knows what this is. It's like one of the most expensive items on Roblox. So basically, all the people that won that Roblox item back in the day, they don't have that item anymore. Like, none of them actually have that item anymore. So a lot of people have wondered that maybe they USD sold them later in the future when it was worth like thousands of dollars or whatever it's worth now. Or what somebody did is maybe they traded it out. Or what they could have possibly done is they probably just ended up getting password guessed and someone just stole it from their account, and from there it just got pushed into circulation throughout other Roblox players that ended up with the item. But no one's quite sure. It's kind of just strange how all these Roblox players just ended up without the items years later. So that's honestly just a bummer. Alright, next up we got the Roblox costume party that happened back in 2007. Now, if this is not the creepiest thing you have ever seen or the most cursed thing you've ever seen on Roblox, then honestly, I don't know what is. So this is going to be some website footage here. You can see this happened back in 2007, October 30th. And basically what people did is they would receive a blue steel bat helm for basically remaking their Roblox avatar into real life. Or I think they could also do other people's Roblox avatars, but here we go. We got number one, which honestly this one's actually pretty cool. You got someone wearing I don't even know if that's a real pumpkin or not, but someone put a pumpkin on their head for this one. And if we keep going down, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what any of this is right here, but these look like full-grown adults. I don't know what this guy's holding up or what he's doing, but this is just so cursed and creepy. What? This guy, oh my gosh, what am I looking at? I can't imagine people just making this in real life and wearing it. Plus, this looks like kind of a lot of work, but they did it. You can see these people wearing these costumes. This guy's bare toes are out. That is gross. This guy somehow made a teapot, which actually is kind of cool. Looks like he made it with a towel. We can also see whatever this is. It looks like some guy had a Roblox avatar. I'm not quite sure how this made it in and actually won. It's literally just some Legos, but yeah, I guess it made it. We also got this person who dressed up a Barbie doll apparently. And this guy looks like a ninja. And you can see there are these costumes. Some of these are actually kind of decent looking, but some of them are a little strange. And we also got another Lego thing. I'm not quite sure how that made it. There's also a YouTube video that made it. We can also see that there is some more here. This guy also made it. He just did a little drawing, but hey, he still did it. This guy put a full bag on it. Oh my gosh. This guy put a bag on his head. Submitted it to Roblox. What am I looking at? Oh my gosh, this is so cursed. I can't imagine this event happening nowadays on Roblox. This is just crazy. Alright, next up we got the Ready Player One winner gets threats. Now, the Ready Player One winner is Roku. We all know this. And this is the winner of the Ready Player One Roblox event, which was connected to the 2018 Roblox Egg hunt. Now, there is a one-of-one grand prize that you can win from this Roblox event, which goes to the first person to complete the Ready Player One Roblox event. And this is the item. And of course, it was won by Roku again. Now, he ended up winning the item, which was absolutely amazing. And this guy immediately became extremely popular online. However, somehow people were able to find out where he lived. They found out where his parents worked. They sent his dad's work a mob threat, and his parents were threatened, and so was the guy who won the item with a bunch of other threats. Now, there's not so much details on this because it was kind of kept a little bit subtle when it was explained. However, this guy unfortunately got a lot of bad consequences that came out about this, unfortunately, and it honestly just is so unfortunate. And ever since then, Roblox has pretty much stopped doing the one-of-one type of reward thing, and they really haven't done anything kind of near that since, and the only reason they did that is because of what happened to Roku. Next up, we got the Ready Player One lost footage. So, Roku, he ended up winning the Dominus Venari, and he was actually recording. Well, he was kind of recording. He was in a Discord call, and he was screen sharing his screen, which basically means that other people in the Discord call could watch his screen. So, a lot of people ended up watching him winning the Dominus Venari, and one of those people were actually recording. Now, this recording ended up getting uploaded to YouTube, and I ended up watching it, and for some reason later, I looked for it again, and the video was taken down. I ended up looking a few months later and I found another separate video uploaded by another channel of the same thing that was basically re-uploaded, and for some reason that video got taken down too. So for some reason these recordings of him winning the Dominus Venari, they are real, but for some reason they keep on getting taken down. Now I actually found the footage, which I will be showing soon. But for some reason, these videos kept on getting taken down, and a lot of people were suspecting that maybe he could have been cheating, and what could have happened was he may have had like an exploit that was showing on his screen, or he could have had something that was showing that what he was doing wasn't completely legitimate showing on his screen, and he was trying to get these videos taken down before anybody noticed. Now, it's not quite sure. I'm not saying that is what happened. However, that's just what people are thinking happened. So I'm going to let you guys be the judges of that. But it's definitely a little bit weird to know that these videos keep on getting taken down. And the theory is that he's getting these taken down to avoid people from knowing that he's cheating. But I have the footage, and here it is.
it's glitched. It says 1,800 people playing, but there's no way that's possible.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Wait.
Yes! You got it! You got it! Oh my god!
I got it! I got it!
Quit next! You got it! You got it! You got it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Finally, last on the list, yes, we are finally on the end of the iceberg. This video took me an entire week to make. So, the most obscure part of this iceberg list is the unknown. Now, this iceberg list consists of probably less than 1% of the known things that have happened that revolve around Roblox events, and the rest is just 99% of things that nobody really knows. Now, I think I definitely did get 99% of, what there was that is known. However, there's so much more that is unknown, that's undocumented, untalked about, not recorded, that has happened out there and just lives in one person's, mind of their experience of what has happened. And really, in the end, the unknown of what has possibly happened that has just been untold is really the most obscure part of the iceberg. Given that most stories go untold, if you have a story of your own, why not drop them in the comments below? And guys, that's the end. This video is the largest video I have ever made on YouTube, and honestly, it took me 7 days for a reason, because this video took so long to record. You don't have any idea how long this took, but I did it. Okay, and I'm just gonna tell you guys congratulations if you watched through the entire video. There's definitely a lot of interesting things to see, and honestly, thank you guys for those who even did click on the video, or even if you liked it, okay? So yeah, guys, that's it. I can't believe I'm finally doing the outro, but I am. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.